Hey guys, it's Ethan. I went to the Tuscalusa Regional playing True Draco Metalfoes Kozmos, and I actually did pretty decently well. I went 5-2-1. It'd be called X2-1. But I was really happy with the deck consistency, and my matchups went really well. I've faced a lot of different variants of the meta right now. So, without further ado, I'm going to go into the deck profile, starting off with the main deck. Main deck, Cosmo Dark Destroyer, because you only play one. Wish you could play even a little bit more, but it happens. 2 Masterpiece, you only really need to play 2 Masterpiece because you can only, basically, if you resolve it even just once, you pretty much win the duel, and plus he's like kind of a broken ship already. It's kind of like a Dark Destroyer 2.0, but you can turn him on any turn, anytime. You're running 3 Forerunner because mostly you use it for the destruction effect of Diagram, and plus it floats down into Strawman, and also makes my favorite ranked 7 Red Ice Flare Metal, which he was MVP during this matchup. I used mainly him, and people just scooped when I played him. 3 Slip Rider because you can pop back row with him and make Cyber and Nova Infinity. But he's a broken card. The only bad thing is that he can be targeted by effects. You play 1 Dark Lady because you can, if you don't have the combo with him and Masterpiece, you can always go into a Forerunner with the Strawman, and Strawman kills the Forerunner at the end of the turn. Use her, or tin can into her. It's really easy. You play 2 Strawman. I was thinking about playing 3, but you actually don't really want to see it in your hand that often, even though you're playing 3 Cosmotown. It's really consistent just playing at 2 because you really don't see them in your hand like this. Play 1 tin can because you don't really want to resolve him more than once, and if you're playing the right matchup, you can use him really effective. He came in really clutch in my Infernoid matchup when I showed him Dark Destroyer, Forerunner, and Cosmo Dark Witch, and he came in real clutch getting me the Dark Destroyer and just finishing it off for game. Okay, moving on to the Metalfoes, play 3 Volflame. He's basically there to pop your monsters, anything that you use for your ships or anything. And for the rank 7 that I play is basically Big Eye and Red Ice Flare, and then again, he's just my best. He's one of my favorites. You play 3 Gold Driver. It's really consistent. You can make rank 4s, and he's a 1900 beater. And if you can't get really over that monster, he's there just to help. And plus he's the 1 scale, so you can pendle out all your ships, except for, Dark Destroyer and of course Masterpiece. That's it for my Metalfoes, because I count combo as my Metalfoes. And then you play the 3 other pilots, in my opinion. Baboon. He's really good. He really came in clutch so many times. Playing him and Breaksword, what I basically would do is I'd kill him with Diagram, and then I'd make 2 Baboons on the field, and I usually would have a back row to go with it being probably combo, make Breaksword, and plus for days, because I used him, set rotation, and I gave my opponent Cosmotown, and this guy turns into Breaksword. I had a back row, choose my back row, and it's Cosmotown. It's so gross. Baboon is so good. And playing 1 Max C because the meta is Max C. Moving on to spells, always play the Metalfoes Fusion. You can always use it as a recycler. It's always a +1. Never really bad situation. Well, if you have a bad situation, you can always use your Metalfoes monsters. 1 Heritage because if you run out of targets on your Diagram, you can go Heritage and use it. I resolved Heritage so many times my last tournament because I had to start off with Masterpiece so many times, and I never got Darkhold, Raigeki, Interrupted Kaiju Slumber because of it. Play 3 Diagram because that's your main core for Masterpiece. Protects Masterpiece for battle, and basically 300. And Diagram's so broken with the ships. You just destroy your ships, float down for free. It's easy. And 3 Cosmotown because you can kill it so easily if you play discard, set rotation. Mainly you don't really even use Cosmotown for your own effect. You use it to give it to your opponent and just kill it with all the destruction you have. 3 Terraforming because, you know, free card search, I get whatever, and if I don't get set rotation, it's plus for days, so it's just filler. And finally, my traps, my only 3 traps combination. I considered this as my other Metalfoes monsters because you kill it so easily, and you don't really need any other Metalfoes monster other than the ones I have selected, really. And that's all consistency for 40 cards. So if you want to play 40 cards, this is probably the best you want to play. For extra deck, you start off with all the Metalfoes monsters that you can get, I guess, with Orcal, Ethereum, Adamite, and Alkes. I made maybe once per match, I guess, a Metalfoes monster. You really want to go into him or him. Never really wanted to go into these 2, but they were still there to see if I had any options. 1 Barbroid because we're playing the Cyber Infinity Nova. And, you know, if Nova gets hurt, destroyed, or anything, it's like, oh, this guy's on the field. Try me. Play 1 Leviair because you never know what happens to your pilots, Balbamoon, or anything like that. Anything low level, you can bring him back and say, oh, have a Strawman in banishment? Oh, I'll bring back Strawman. And what else is banished? Forerunner? Dart Destroyer, maybe? Yeah, get them back because of it. Breaksword, kind of an MVP for me. I used him so many times while using Balbaboon and wins games. Abyss Dweller, because I played him because so many rogue decks were there, like Infernoid and other decks I used for him. Never used him a lot, but he came up. Castell, kind of easy. Just give her a back row, or not back row, just monster. This is my back row. Tornado Dragon. He came in real good when I used him for Gold Drivers, and he helped. He really did. I killed the Quaking with him, and it was really, really satisfying. Infinity package, because you can with the Slip Riders. It's easy. Pallades, because if you don't have if you don't want to make the Infinity play and you're really scared about that, go for Pallades. He's really good. Big Eye, because you can take their monsters, and if they go, if they don't do anything to stop this, you pretty much win the game, really. And best card, I would say, in my opinion, is Red Ice Flare Metal Dragon, because I was hoping to go up against so many zoos against this, and I would always end off the board with him and Masterpiece or something else. It'd usually be those 2 on the field, and neither of those cards got destroyed by Dark Hole, Raigeki, and they survive board wipes. The only thing they don't survive is Kaijus. If you play this against a Zodiac or a Zoo deck, or any deck that just says spells, like True Draco, you're gonna win the game. And they're gonna just be like, oh, Scoop, I had so many people at that regional just quit because they were like, oh, this is on board? Game? I don't want to play against this. And for my side deck, I played 2 DD Crows, kind of self-explanatory, just get rid of their whatever they wanted. You know, if they Norden target Rapier, say, hey, Rapier, gone. Their plays are dead. 2 Ghost Ash, never really used her, but always came in handy, I would say, because there were tons of decks that were like, oh, I want to get this to my hand. I never really played against a lot of Zoo, except for one guy, and he played a weird variant, so I was hoping she'd come in clutch, but she did her job, I guess. 2 Ghost Ogre, never really cited her, but she was always there, and I really love that she was always there, so. Sort of my own spicy tech. He actually won me 2 games against the Infernoid player, because I would always have either Balbaboon or Strawman in my graveyard and be like, oh, he's on the field, banish this guy, and, you know, I'd always negate something else. My other spicy tech is Winged Dragon Raw plus Raw Sphere Mode. This was mainly against the Zoo guy. The Zoo guys that I were going to play against, but I never actually saw any Zoo. It was really disappointing because I couldn't really use him as effective as I wanted to. Basically, they set up a gross board with 3 monsters, which I was hoping would be Dagosta Emerald, Invoker, MX Saber, or MX Saber Invoker, and Trident. It's like, Raw Sphere Mode? Win game, please? I'd usually just bait that out, because this clears the board, and at the end, they'll probably be like, oh, I have 5 cards in my hand, they're all my hand traps, my MSTs, my Twin Twisters, my Cosmic Cyclones. Yeah, I have Raw Sphere Mode, though. 1 Dark Hole, 1 Raigeki, because it's board wipe, and if that don't work, these definitely will. And my last of the sides, 2 D-Barrier. D-Barrier is kind of self-explanatory. You call this against a Zoo player, XYZ. You call this against an Invoked player, call Fusion. Dark Synchro, you name it. Never a bad card. Alright, and that wraps up all my deck profiles. I'll leave a description of my matchups in the bottom of the comment section. Or not a comment, just in the description. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.